There's a long story to how this project came about. It goes all the way back to when Leo was a kid and we played a lot of music together. Leo and I have this rapport that's very rare in the business of music, and that is it's very direct, it's very emotional, it's based on when stuff feels good.
What was the first thing?
Back nine.
I guess that's different than yeah, let's try.
It opens it up more.
This particular project got launched in February in Zihuatanejo, Mexico. I just finished writing a book. The book is Jews, Music, and the American Dream. It took me 8 years to write it. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. And my mind was just drifting. And one day I sat down and I was just playing and these lyrics popped into my head. And I said, man, that feels like a premise. And Leo actually was there visiting, and he came and he took a little YouTube video of this song that I was working on, which turned out to be the song Private Guy.
When nobody's looking, that's when I'm cooking. Nobody's waiting, I'm elevating. Yeah, I tried and I tried, but I realize I'm just a private. I try to hide, but I realize I'm just a private guy.
There's always a premise involved. You know, I've made 31 records, and in every case there was a premise that launched it. It wasn't, oh gee, it's February and I need to make a record. There was a premise that kind of kicked me off, which is why I can't go back and make the record I made before, because that premise has been fulfilled. So anyway, this song kicked off this premise, and then the second song I wrote was called Don't Cry For No Hipster.
No, don't cry for no hipster. He knows what he signed up for.
Where that came from, I have no idea. I just sat down, I started playing the beginning chords, and out of my mouth came the expression, don't cry for no hipster. He knows what he signed up for.
The passing ship, the distant shore.
And I wasn't even thinking about the fact that hipster these days is synonymous with Brooklyn, where we're having this conversation. Back in my day, you know, hipster was kind of a term that you'd use jokingly. There was some aspect of a pejorative nature about it, but also it was, you know, a lot of hipster
Still
jokes.
gives him hope. Just another slippery slope. A deeper truth he can't recall. And when cool turns to cold, and when young becomes old.
So the idea of don't cry for no hipster goes both ways. It's the 21-year-old out on the street today whose hat is so small it makes his head look big. And then there's the old guys who came through the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and are still there. Don't cry for either one of them. This recording experience was unique for a couple of reasons. One, the coherence of it. It was so intact. The material was intact. The songs were intact. The songs sound like they come from the same place, because they do. My hopes for this record were realized when we walked out of that studio and I heard how good the music came out. I know that there are a certain number of people out in the world that dig what I do, and I know they're going to dig this. And maybe somebody else will hear it too, and that's okay. If you have to cry, then make it tears of joy, because we're here and then we're gone, and gone is one thing he can do.